Yo, yo, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. How we doing? Can I get a mic check? What's up? What's up? What a day so far, huh? Oh my God. Finnegan, you say help getting better using the free sniper setup. Yeah, I can do a session on that. I guess I can do a session on that this morning if you want. We can record it. And because there's just not a lot popping off that I'm really wanting to get into. So for me, it's kind of a day trading environment. Coach, you killed it today. Well done. I was trying to catch that bounce in the spy this morning off of the news, and then got smacked from the Trump tweet, and was not staring at my screen right in that second. And so I am at the moment I am down on my snipers today. So, um, but I'm playing myself. I'm playing. I've got the whole day, so I'll be playing myself back into it. But hurts to take your opening sniper play for the day and then just have it whacked because of the volatility that the president sometimes brings to this market. So that's kind of a bummer, but the day's just begun, so I'm not too worried about it. We'll have a couple more. You want me to check the Kava chart? Sure, I can do that. Let's see, 30 minute Kava. Did you say 30 minute? 4 hour. You did not say 30 minute. You said the 4 hour chart on Kava. Wow, are you looking for a sniper style trade here? Is that what we're looking for? Uh, if you're not looking for a sniper trade here, I don't like a reversal. I don't know that I see much else to do on a 4 hour chart. I mean, it is down into a large value area low. Like if you look at this section here, this block of VP, it's into a value area low, and it's put in some wiki candles, basically testing that bottom area. So if you're looking to bounce it, I could see a nice risk reward style play there. You could, I mean, you could look at it on like a sniper type um, chart and look at it on a 4 hour and see, is it oversold on the 4 hour? Yeah, it's given us one, two, three, four different signals for possible reversal on that 4 hour chart. And it's putting in a little bit of an inverted head and shoulders if this low holds. So it's certainly possible, but just manage your risk reward, right? Know that this low here is pretty much a value area low, and a break of that is, uh, you know, that could be your risk reward for a bounce, and then try again if it keeps going. That's, I mean, I can't tell you what to do, but that's what I could see in Kava. On the 4 hour time frame, no. Do you see any squeezes on Kava on the 4 hour time frame? I mean, I have it up right here. Your toss is showing a 4-hour squeeze. That's interesting. Does anybody else see that? And I'm just, something's wrong with my charts. I don't see it. You know, there's some squeezes on like a 10-minute, or what was it, 15-minute? There's a small squeeze on the 15-minute. Nothing on the 30. Small, another squeeze forming on the 78, a low compression. But nothing on the 4-hour. Yeah, it's called Lux Algo. There's a link to it if you want to check it out. That's the paid one. I will share. Let's look at the free one here real quick, and I can show you how to use it. So we'll do that. Let me just make a new chart. We're just going to make a new chart, and we want Sniper free. Okay. So, Finnegan, were you asking me this? Who was asking me this? Sorry, I'm getting over a cold too. Yellow bars. Kavi. That's the question. Yellow bars do not indicate a squeeze. They indicate rounding momentum. This is a momentum indicator, right? The squeeze needs these dots here to be red. Okay, that's how, like, so you'll see that there's red dots here. That's a squeeze, right? So are these black dots. I'm using a pro version, but when the dots turn red or black, that's a squeeze. This is just momentum. It's an oscillator, right? So when you see the yellow bars, that doesn't mean there's a squeeze. It means that momentum has shifted to the upside. Does that make sense and sort of help clarify that a little bit? You might have, let's see, you might have extended hours turned on. Yeah, I'm guessing you have extended hours turned on. Because I see a small squeeze, like the beginnings of a pro squeeze. So that might be why you're seeing it. And what you want to do is you want to make sure you have extended hours turned off to really see the right squeezes. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's probably what's going on. Because it definitely doesn't show up that way for me. All right, Spy, let's start squeezing. See, every time I jump on the mic, there's a good sniper trade setting up, and I miss it. That's not true. That's just my bias coming in. Cap Scoot, yeah, there's a video Nate did during the open house on his TPS trading system, and it explains the dots. You know, if they're green dots, or I guess, yeah, green dots just mean there's no squeeze, right? And in a pro version, the black dots means there is a light squeeze starting. The red dots are the traditional squeeze, like from the original version. And then if we get yellow dots, that means it's a high compression squeeze. So they're just levels of squeeze. Yeah, I must like it when I'm on the mic, huh? So, Yeah, and he did it. We have a ton of recordings on that. The Walter, the blue X is suggestions for an exit usually. So once you get a signal like on a 2.0, the blue X will be an exit suggestion from the indicator. Okay, so Finnegan was asking if we could do a deep dive, not a deep dive, but just a little lesson here. And I'm only going to spend about 45 minutes on the mic this morning because I've got boot camp tonight at market close. And boot camp is going to be about options 101. So basic options for beginners will be tonight. And so I'm gonna kind of save my voice a little bit for that and not spend too much time on the mic today, but we can go through some stuff here. So Finnegan, are you here? I'll go over the free version here. If anybody wants the free version, hold on, I can share it. This is the Sniper free version. And you can just click that link. It will open up in TradingView. You have to have TradingView, by the way. You have to have TradingView. It pops it open, and then once it does, you click this thing up here in the upper right, and you save it. You make a copy. Right? You make a copy. You save it as whatever name you want to call it. Sniper free, Sniper, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. And then you can always come back to it when you open up a new window. Yeah, I can talk about that. And two signals on exits. Yeah, there's a number of ways you can do it. So basically what we're looking for in the snipers is a reversal pattern for the Sniper 1.0. And this is a 1 minute chart. Let's look at a SPY, see if it gives us a better one. Not quite, but we're looking for the first thing we're looking for is an oversold RSI, right? Which is an RSI below 30. And that's what these dotted lines show. So anytime we get outside of 30 or above 70, right, an overbought or an oversold, that's when we're looking for a sniper trade, okay? So that's, your signal 1, S1, is oversold. I'm not going to type it out, right? Oversold. Your signal 2 is a MACD crossover. Okay, so you'll see the MACD will cross over here. Okay, so that's your signal number 2. And then signal number 3 is a color change, right? So you're looking for the red candle to change to a yellow candle. And ideally, you get a smaller yellow candle here. This big one makes it harder because you're so extended. You have to wait for the candle to close. Sometimes you can front run it, but sometimes it actually won't make that change. It'll go yellow, 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 and then it'll turn red and then close red, and then it's continuing on its way down. So you're looking for, this is, if you're gonna buy calls, right, on a reversal, these are the 3 signals you're looking for. And when that candle closes yellow and you have all 3 of these, then you enter your long, right? You enter your call. and then you're looking for about 25%. And your stop is if the stock breaks below this swing low that you started this turn. It doesn't matter, Capscoot, whether it's solid or because that's just what kind of candles you have, right? I choose hollow candles. Some people like to use the solid candles. Either one is fine. When I change the color of my candles to not red and green, I like to use hollow so I know which candles are up candles and which candles are down candles. Right? So you're most likely not going to get an initial yellow candle on a reversal with a down, with a closed body candle. That's just not quite gonna happen if you have all these other signals in place. So if you're using open candles, it needs to be an open candle. Hollow is a positive candle, and if you were in my boot camp presentation last week on Tuesday, hollow candle or an up candle just means that the candle opened lower and closed higher, meaning it's moving up. The solid candle means it opened higher and closed lower. Okay. Okay. So then the other thing, this is a great question, Finnegan. So the other way on the reversal, right? You're looking for, for puts. These are Sniper 1.0 trades that I'm talking about, okay? So if you're looking for puts on a 1.0, you're looking for signal 1 is overbought, right? Signal 2 is a MACD crossover, and signal 3 is a color change from light blue to dark blue. Now, it looks like we have one right here, except what's missing? Signal number 1 is missing because we're not in an overbought position on the 1-minute chart. We did get a MACD cross, and we did get a color change right here, but we weren't overbought or oversold on the 1-minute, right? Does that make sense there? No, not always. I've found that the 2-minute chart is a little bit more effective, but I can't say that for sure using the free version. I can say that for sure using the paid version, and they're a little bit different. And today, other than the drop today, has been a little harder to trade. So the other way that we can trade these snipers is on a Sniper 2.0, right? And you'll see here I have, let me get rid of something that's just sort of distracting here. There we go. So on a 2.0, you see these trend clouds. This is in a downtrend here, right? And then you see the green cloud. This is in an uptrend, right? And you get these switches between the two, right? You get a cross, and you get like a white bar in that cross. And you can get this transition. You want you want to transition between a red and, for calls, right? We're buying the continuation of the move. Now it's kind of choppy today, so where you're going to see that better, let's go over here. So this bounce yesterday afternoon, this signal here, along with the move into from yellow to light blue, is a long signal for 2.0 calls. Right? And again, you're looking for about 25%. You could, another way to do a 2.0 is to catch this move, right? This switch between downtrend to uptrend, and then use the cloud as a trailing stop if you were feeling more aggressive, right? So if you use the 25% rule, now these are harder because if they go against you, this swing low is too far away to be like 15 to 20% stop loss. Right? So you can't use the swing low anymore. You have to use a stop that's like 15 or 20%, depending on, or more if you want. It's all yours. And then I'm usually targeting 25 to 30%. Now, if you're taking more than one contract, you can take off, like a third into a push. And then, you could also wait until you saw a dark blue candle on the call side to exit, right? That means the momentum is shifting slightly. That's another way to make an exit. Or you can wait, if you were taking 25%, you probably would have already taken this one off maybe here, right? If you're using the first blue candle, you're probably going to make quite a bit more. It's a little bit more aggressive. And if you're using a break of the trend cloud, you're here. So in this case, your 25% and your trend cloud would have probably made you about the exact same amount of money. Versus the waiting until the blue candle changes would have made you more. But that's just this trade. That doesn't always work that way, right? It's just the trend has to be moving in that direction. And the same goes for 2.0 like puts. There's a small shift here confirmed by this break of structure, right? And you want to be, in puts, and this one wouldn't have got you very far because this bounce, if you were waiting for a yellow candle, this bounce would have stopped you out for probably small profits to maybe none, depending on the slippage you got in your option contract. Yeah, so Sniper 1.0 captures reversals. See it here, this reversal here, right? We were oversold. Sorry, let me get my tools back. We were oversold, right? MACD crossover, yellow candle. Now this little swing low could have stopped you out, right? But you need all three. So where did all three come in? So let's do a vertical line. So first yellow candle, first oversold with one other signal was here, right? Where that dotted line is. I'll make that thicker. So let's go to, okay. So dotted line, we're oversold here, signal 1, yellow candle, signal 2, but we don't have a MACD cross yet, right? So we're waiting, still no MACD cross. We get that little flush candle and up. Now we have all three, once this candle closes, you have all three. Your entry is right there. And then you get to ride this move up for 25 to 30%. RSI is at 70 and 30. Yep. I think. Let me check it out. Ooh, bad negative ticks coming in. Yeah, 70 and 30. What are we looking at here? And then this is the paid version with a couple of settings changed. And so what I'm looking for on reversal trades, and even today I didn't really get one, but I have it set that when we're oversold or overbought on the RSI, it gives me a crosshairs signal. So what I'm looking for on those things is ready. Is this when we get dark red down here, right? And then aim is the little arrow, and then fire is the crosshair. And that's how I catch those reversals. So all three of those are built down into this this indicator down here. And then my continuation, you can see I have red and blue. Those are the trend clouds, and so my continuation trades happen on crosses of those trend clouds and candle color changes. And so this is that paid version. So they do the same thing. You just play them both a little differently. Nice job, coach. But has still highlighted a gap, or it isn't clicking. So like what do you mean it's highlighted a gap? Well, I kind of know what you're going to ask here, Finnegan. Yes, a 1.0 can turn into a 2.0. Right. And so as you get more comfortable with these, you can, let me find a good example. Or try to find a good example. Man, yesterday was just a bleed out day. Yesterday was a 2.0 continuation. Right, so you can go, okay, well, this reversal, oversold, MACD cross, yellow candle, right? Buy that with, let's say, I don't know, let's say you buy 5 SPY contracts, right? On a 1.0. So 1.0, 5 SPY contracts at like 25%, right? You take off 3 for a profit, and then you leave 2 and see if you get the 2.0 signal, and then you leave 2 contracts for the 2.0, and I don't know what that would be. Let's say you made 75% on 2 contracts, and then your stop could be anything below the trend cloud. But in this case, you would have gotten wait till that blue candle shift and then take those off. So 1.0s can definitely change into or continue into 2.0s. They don't always, but So you need to manage your risk. Don't like I suggest don't expect that that's just going to happen every time. There has to be range in the market. Yes, I'm recording this. No, Capscoop 1.0 is a directional trade on a reversal. It's not a call or a put. It depends on the direction that you're going. Okay? So if I'm doing a 1.0 on a bottom reversal, it's a call. Whoop, can't write. If I'm doing a 1.0 reversal on a top, it's a put, right? Because I'm trying to go in that direction. If I'm doing a 2.0 continuation trade to the upside, it's a call. If I'm doing a 2.0 continuation to the downside, it's a put. So calls and puts depends on the direction I'm playing it. And if you want to learn more about calls and puts and options in general, basic information that can help inform these trades, come to the boot camp tonight at market close. I'm going to be going over options basics. These videos that I do now, right, like during the middle of the day, I'll post up to YouTube, which John was nice enough to put in that YouTube prompt. And then but the boot camps won't be in YouTube. They will only be posted here in the DPL videos section. I think both mine and D-Man's are in there from last week. We're doing Tuesday and Thursday for 5 weeks. It's called Lux Algo, and I can send you a link here. Depending on what kind of service what kind of what do you call it? They have different levels, just like TradingView does. And once you get it, then you go. So you have to have a subscription to it. And then you go to your indicators and you search for it, and you can see here, I have the oscillator matrix, price action concepts, and they have little green locks, which means that it's a paid indicator, so you don't have access to it unless you have a subscription to it. So if you have TradingView, when you get that subscription, they ask you to put your TradingView information in so that it knows to allow you to see those when you look at your indicators. Cisco, my recordings stay up indefinitely, and so do Nate's recordings. Like I have hours and hours and hours and hours of training videos on YouTube. So does Nate in here. So does D-Man. Nate's are in here. Mine are on YouTube. D-Man's are on YouTube. And then the boot camps are just in here in the videos section. We're not that close to a 1.0 here on the free because we're not oversold down here. So not quite. Yeah, we need to be more oversold. So when we just chop around during the day and it gets kind of quiet during the lunch hour, usually we're not in an oversold or overbought position enough to do that, to make those trades. once you get good at it, you can still find, maybe, your oversold is, 32. So you're not really truly oversold. Your RSI is like 32, but you see a signal coming into play and you can play it for a small win. Who is that? Capscoot? No, it's not Capscoot. Who? Coach. Coach has got these figured out pretty well. He's always, making 25% here, 30% there. So he's got this down. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm on a 2 minute. You're right. We're getting very close on a 1 minute. You're right. I didn't realize I was on a 2 minute at that point. So we're pretty close. We're technically not oversold at the moment. We do have yellow candles. But the other thing you want to kind of watch is you want the ticks to sort of look like they're stabilizing. And they don't really look like they're doing that right now. Especially now that we're down into the 900s on the ticks. So that's why I have a tick chart up over here. I think Coach uses the paid. I don't want to officially answer for him, but I think so. See that went from a yellow to a red. So you got to wait till all the signals are in place before if you try and front run these, you can get yourself in trouble. It's the middle one. So hold on, let's see. Let me pull it up real quick. Yeah, this is the one I like is premium, just because there's just a few more features, but you can absolutely start with like an essential. And you can also, buy yearly. I mean, it's set up a lot like TradingView. You get more features for different things, but it's just all in whether you find it of value to you. That's it, right? So, testing it out on the lowest version possible. Well, wait a sec. No, you can't. The lowest version doesn't have the signals and overlays, which is, yeah. You do need for this. You do need the premium because you need the oscillator matrix, which is this thing down here, right? And the signals and overlays, which is the candle colorations and the trend clouds. So that you can only get in the premium or above. So, but before you get ultimate or make a huge, like yearly commitment, you can try it out just by doing that one, by doing the premium, and you'll get all the things that you need. Okay, does anybody have any other sniper related questions before I jump off here? No, it does not work with TOS, Chris. It is a TradingView. I believe it's a TradingView only thing. So I don't know that for sure, but I think so. Red X, you mean this X down here? Is that the X you're talking about? Walter? The candle coloration on the free version should just come with when you open this up, it should just load up exactly as I have it set right now. Does it not do that? Red X. A little tiny red X. That's an exit signal. A suggested exit signal. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up on chat here. Let's see. So we're coming into this bottom here. You can see on the paid version, we're coming into an order block. So a sniper 1.0 reversal could be setting up here. So I'm going to go pull up the SPY 555s. And what I'm watching for here is we have ready, we have aim, and then I'm looking for a fire. And because we're coming into an order block in a previous area of support, in theory, as you get more comfortable with these and you don't mind taking small losses, right, because you're getting good at it, you can take a shot here, right? And if it breaks below this swing low, then you're out, right? So you can start to learn the things you're looking for. Now, see, we're getting across here, but the rules are, if you're not going to front run it, because you want to wait until you don't trust yourself just yet. You have to wait for this candle to close, and you can see over here. I know it's harder to see because it's in red. There's a countdown timer right next to that under that red block that tells me how long until this candle closes. So this is on a 2-minute chart. So I still have 38 seconds until that candle closes, and you can see if you're waiting for that candle to close, the X that was just forming now is not there anymore, right? So we're just kind of waiting until all those signals kick into place. And maybe it's a miss as a whole. See, we got it on the 1 minute. And then we'll see what happens on the 2 minute. It might take a whole nother candle. And so this is kind of the nuance to this, is you can get it on a 1 minute, but the 2 minute tends to be a little bit more accurate. At least that's what I've found. So you can use the 1 minute to inform the 2 minute. And then if we're coming over here to the SPY, we just barely oversold there, right? We got a MACD cross and we got a yellow candle. So on the 1 minute, on the free version, right, we have our signal, right? 1, 2, 3. Now let's see if we have it on the 2 minute. Okay, so we're starting to get a yellow candle here on the 2 minute. We definitely don't have a MACD cross or oversold, so it's a little more subtle here, but we're close, right? And then the stop would be a break of that swing low. But we do have a signal on the 1 minute, right? And what we want to see is that reversal to start, ticks to start to come up here a little bit, because if they roll over and they go back down to here, this is most likely a busted trade. But it's a quick in and out, right? So your losers are small, your winners ideally are bigger. Oh, Richard, if you get the red and the purple, you can change the colors by just going into the signals. Sorry, the settings. So if you go into the settings and you take a picture here, I've just made color 0 that light blue, color 1 that dark blue, color 2 red, color 3 yellow, and then color 4 doesn't matter because there it doesn't ever come up. And then you can get those colors to be correct. But really, you're just looking for a shift in color. So you can see them in blue and purple too. Order blocks are part of the paid indicator that they just show. I use them on the spot. I use them on the snipers, and I also use them on like a regular chart. For TPS, they just show areas of possible support and resistance where order blocks are sitting, and it's part of that same paid indicator. I just have it on a multiple charts. So I'm just waiting for this to sort of either decide to go or break down. And that's the thing with these kinds of trades is you're just taking a shot based on the criteria that you see. Okay, so now we have a 2-minute signal. All right, see that candle closed. Right, we had a ready, aim, and a fire. And so now we're just taking a shot. If it works, great. If it doesn't work, also not great, but also fine. I get the ticks and the VIX over here just because I've set up my window. You can see to show big one to the left and 2 to the right. And then I put ticks in this one and I put VIX in this one. If anybody has the paid version, I can share this chart with you. But if I share this chart with you and you don't have the paid version, it just none of this stuff other than the ticks and the VIX are going to load. Okay, now we're coming up. Let's see. We're at about 13%. Let's see if it wants to go any more. I'm looking to see if it wants to break this trend cloud, this down trend cloud. A lot of times if I'm doing just a little bounce on a rangy day, I'll take something off into that cloud touch. Nice, Drummond. Yeah, usually I do as a market order because I'm playing either the SPY or the SPX, and they're really tight spreads. Yeah, that's totally fine, Finnegan. Yeah, sometimes you just have to hear things multiple times before it really kind of starts to fit in. Okay, so our 1.0 on the free version is getting close to converting into a 2.0. So it's either going to convert into a 2.0 or roll over. Okay, and sometimes if I'm looking for something a little larger, we're into the lunch hour, right? So what happens during the lunch hour a lot of times is we just kind of range a little bit. So if you caught that bounce for like 15% or so, there's no shame in taking that off at 15%, even though like we're normally trying to hit, some of you already did, right? You front run it a little bit, you read the chart correctly, and you got 15% out of that. There's no harm in taking that off, because we're ranging today. Well, just right now we're ranging. It's lunch hour. You can see we're playing in a range. Maybe you're just going to take that little quick hit and then let the other one set up. But when you start to get more rangy moves and you start to see ticks, 900 plus or negative 900, you're playing puts, then you can kind of leave those on for a little bit more continuation. That's where you get those 100%ers, right? Like, you're not going to get a 100%er today, at least not right now. And so knowing what kind of environment you're in and taking your little 25% hits, those add up pretty quick if you get pretty good at this. And usually every time I hit 100%, like during the open house, it was just a piece, right? It wasn't the whole trade. It was a trailer. Yeah, in this one I front ran it a little bit, so I kind of entered on the 1 minute and waited for my confirmation on the 2 minute. So if I think one's setting up on the 2 minute, a lot of times I'll go back to the 1 minute and watch it for a signal. And then, especially if I'm coming into like an order block where I think there's, or VWAP or something like that, where I think there's going to be a bounce there. And then once I get confirmation on the 2 minute, I feel better about that trade, and I play it as a 2 minute. Well, Waylon, I do puts in a down market. I did puts yesterday. Worked out great. Number of times. So the snipers is playing this both to the upside and the downside. It's both. Calls and puts. Yeah, if you want to ride the cloud, the trend cloud, just use a break of the trend cloud as an exit or as a stop. I didn't sell any puts. I bought them. I bought puts, and in this case, this trade I'm in right now, I bought calls because that I want to capture the directional trade. Okay, and for purposes of this example, I'm going to take this little bounce trade off here for, I don't know, what do we have here? Like 12% or something. You can hold longer, but this market is just sort of sad at the moment. Right? But I know I'm going to jump off the mic and I've got to go do something real quick. So I'm going to take a quick little hit. That's nice. And then I'm going to come back and see if the market is going to give us something else later. If you can sit here and watch it, you can leave your trade on. Sometimes when I get up to like 15 or 20% and I think there might be more, I just come into my active trader and I put a stop at break even. And now it's a free trade basically, right? I'm not going to lose any money, and the potential is to make more. And so that's another good way to do these. So I'll get this posted up probably after the boot camp, because I got to prepare some stuff for boot camp tonight. But it'll be up on my YouTube after that. So, oh yeah, of course. So this is Sniper Pro. Right there. Okay. Oh, sorry, my phone's going off. I will talk to everyone later.